Y'all, they did it. They finally figured it out. Those far lefties over the Atlantic have determined that Hunter Biden is the anti-hero that we all know, that we didn't need, that we need, that we're gonna need. He is the one that can permeate the Joe Rogan atmosphere. I'm not making this up. We're about to dive into this so hard, it's going to make your jaw drop. So, of course, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on. They're on that quest again to delete subscribers, so just make sure you're not falling victim to that shenanigan. All right, let's get into this. This is Friday. You have earned a quick video from me, not to drag out the point. At Braden LOA, follow me on X. Let's dive right in. Okay, this is jaw-dropping. Now, there's a few reasons I want to cover this. One, somehow Hunter Biden is now the man. I could not have seen this one coming, even in the most leftist dream. Number two, it reinforces something that I told you guys on a previous video and podcast about what the Democrats are attempting to do. No matter who it is, you got to be rough and tumble and gruff and use coarse language and really be able to stick it to the other guy. Hunter Biden. Yeah. Finally, a Democrat who could shine on Joe Rogan's show. See? Told you. I wasn't exaggerating. This is obviously by Helen Lewis, and Hunter Biden is unrepentant. Yeah, no, kidding. Stop. All right. Listen to this. All right? These are the people that are telling you they have the right answers. You out there in the conservative world, the gun rights world, you don't know what you want or need, but we do. And it's Hunter Biden, the unrepentant. Not making it up. Right there. Right there. Okay. About 2 hours into the Gen Z influencer Andrew Callahan's interview with Hunter Biden, I had a moment of piercing clarity. Here is a Democrat you could put on Joe Rogan's podcast. Joe Biden's surviving son became MAGA world's favorite punching bag because of his suspect business dealings in Ukraine, his infamous laptop, and his presidential pardon for tax and gun offenses. But in temperament and vocabulary, Hunter is MAGA to the core. That's why I bring all the receipts. This is real. This is not fake. Hunter Biden is MAGA to the core. We're going to elaborate. Let's keep going. Since their crushing loss in November, Democrats have wondered how they can win the battle for attention and reach voters whom many find them weak, remote, and passive. Their elected officials have been tiptoeing towards using the occasional cuss word in public appearances. I told you this. Good Lord. Like teenagers cautiously puffing a joint for the first time and hoping not to cough. Hunter Biden, by contrast, went straight for line after line of the hard stuff. Donald Trump is an effing dictator thug, and Democrats should fight against this deportation agenda because, quote, we fought a effing revolution against a king based on two things in particular, habeas corpus and due process, and we're so willing to give them up. Okay. All right. I almost can't. Due process from the people who are pounding red flag laws down our throats. I'm going to hit that until the day I die. Sorry. And then the other one, habeas corpus. Okay. Of course, pointing towards the whole Civil War and also immigration in the modern day. Hunter says, I don't have to be an effing nice. At times, he sounded like his father's eyed, saying the things the ex-president would like to say but cannot. You see this? It's like former Biden, but it's Hunter the younger. He's also a little bit messed up, but he's MAGA to the core in his delivery. Guys, oh my God. They're even saying exactly what we told you earlier this week in videos. The Democrats are offering the occasional tough curse word, and they're growing beards to make their appearances tougher. Even The Atlantic is mocking this. But don't worry, Hunter Biden's the solution for them. Let's keep on going. Everything that was bananas about Hunter's interview by old media standards, the insults, the frank discussion of drugs, the weird segues, the desire to lean into controversy had previously been embraced by the Trump campaign. Do you see what this is? They are thinking at the Atlantic and in the left, because they use these things as trial balloons. You're going to see a lot more of this, I promise you. They're using these as these balloons to say, like, look, it worked for Trump. Trump was coarse and mean and angry and all. they're completely missing what Trump was. Trump's appeal is not in his interview style, in his conversation style, in the manosphere. Trump's appeal is because he couched himself as something to get rid of the corruption of which the Democrats fully embodied. That's it. That's the whole thing. Drain the swamp. Rip out the corruption. That's the whole point. It's not about his interview style and his candid, oh, so reality, I have trouble past. That's not it. All that was overlooked because the goal of everybody in the country was, yep, that's more important than all that stuff. That's my take on it. You can let me know what you think in the comments below. But don't worry, guys. Back to the point. Hunter Biden is MAGA to the core. You know, you don't have to like it, but this is the media world now. Podcast chats like this are where elections are won and lost, just as much as at the televised town hall on the front page of the New York Post or in the stately sit-downs with 60 Minutes. The minimum bar for the next Democrat candidate for president should be the ability to react live on camera in a plausibly normal fashion to the existence of adult baby diaper lovers. That's a reference. You read the article. But the entire point here is exactly what you're seeing Gavin Newsom do. Oh my God, can he have a conversation in a candid back and forth? Can he curse? Can he use the word? Can he grow a beard? Guys, this is all about the delivery and the dressing up of their points. It's not about their points themselves. They are not changing who they are. They're changing the way they say it. That's it. And Hunter Biden is now the answer from the far left Atlantic. Guys, you can't make this stuff up. Now, Hunter's perpetual refusal to be held accountable is clearly a character trait that many people are prepared to overlook. But then when did a populist ever accept responsibility for anything? So far, they've invoked Biden's name as president. In this interview, they're talking about Hunter Biden also invoked himself in a hypothetical if I was president. And now he's a populist. Okay. He has understood that to succeed in the modern media environment, you should throw out intimate details about your life in a way that looks like total, raw, unfiltered honesty while glossing over the raw, unfiltered details that reflect poorly on you. They are missing the point completely. They actually think that because Hunter Biden went on a camera with a Gen Z influencer and was cursing, talking about drugs, his previous life, and all of his issues, that it's okay because you're not going to focus on those bad things when you're listening to it. You're only going to think how raw and unfiltered and honest he is about what a piece of shit he is. That's not the way that it works. But don't worry, he's going to get a beard and curse a little bit more. Americans love someone who has been born again, and the younger Biden is charming enough to attribute all his past behavior to the bad old Hunter, while spinning a yarn about how when he met his second wife, Melissa, she simply told him to stop smoking crack, and because of his love for her, he did. You're not dreaming. That sentence really exists. Yep, you're awake. This is what they are floating at the Atlantic, the trial balloon, and far left intelligentsia of the Democrats. Okay. So that's the only... Oh, there's one more piece right here at the wrap-up. This is true. Personally, I would prefer that Hunter Biden show some regret for his actions and how they undermined his father's presidency and how they helped him return Trump to office. But I would settle for Hunter going on Joe Rogan's podcast to show MAGA-curious voters that the person at the center of so many conspiracy theories is a real person, not a shadowy villain. Hey, question. We're going to go big screen for this one, guys. Is there anyone out there watching this video in this audience that feels like they just don't know who Hunter Biden is and maybe it'll all change if they hear him talk in a gruff tone with curse words and a beard? Be so raw and unfiltered you really get to know the real guy, the man behind the corruption, the man behind the crack pipe. You really think that that's it? The reason that we cover these things in a moment of seriousness is because this is where the fight lies. This right here, exposing it, mocking it, sending it, and spreading it out. Because when we point these things out, it directly relates back to everything that we hold dear, whether you're a 2A voter, whether you are an abortion, pro-life, pro-choice voter, no matter what voter you are. These types of things that happen in the periphery are why everything happens in the end. Because this is what you see going in and leading into, basically they're the leading inputs of what comes out on the other side. This is where your opponents are sitting right now. And remember, Hunter is now MAGA. I cannot wait to read the comments on this one, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.